My son was killed by ICE, I want accountability. That's how I open this conversation today, a headline that sounds bleak yet rings with a sad truth. It's a news story that cuts into the heart rather than the headlines, and it's about a mother, a father, and a son who was taken from them. Ruben Ray Martinez, a young man whose life ended at the hands of an ICE agent in March 2025. Mom, Rachel Reyes, sits with me after her son's death and talks about her grief, her anger, and her desperate need for answers. She says she's no political person, she has never voted in a campaign beyond maybe a gubernatorial race or two. Yet the month after Ruben's death, she watched the confirmation hearing of Representative Markwayne Mullin, the man she knows will become Homeland Security Secretary. That hearing may have been the first confirmation she has ever watched, and it was the first time her eyes opened to the powerful shape of federal policy. She admits she wanted to see what happens when the same criminal justice system kills a child. She was hoping for accountability, for a system that protects people's families. She speaks about the 24-hour campaign they're fighting, a public inquiry, a class action, a demand that the agency's paperwork, internal investigations, and oversight be released. Her call is simple: because Ruben was killed, the policy that allowed this must be scrutinized. She says that standing up to an agency that dires the nation's safety is an act of motherhood, an act of community, and an act of citizenship. If you look at the facts before us, we know the federal agency carries out immigration enforcement. The agency's mandate is to arrest and deport non-citizens who violate the law. Ruben's last footage shows an agent in an interrogation room pacing, a gun at hand, and then the horror that followed. In our social media feeds we see tearful videos of his family, a news story about the class action lawsuit the families are filing, and the looming question of who is accountable when a life is lost. The mom's voice is weary yet clear. She says that we should not keep our political beliefs in the left-right lane when a child dies in an immigration encounter. She says that human policy is people policy. Her remarks echo the intersecting lines of justice, human rights, and public safety. She's not making a play-by-play of the administrative procedure, but the night she watched that docket and saw the signature on a white paper, she understood that she had become a stakeholder. From "I want accountability," she leans into the next question: when will we call out the higher-ups in the department? She describes the desire for the system to own its mistakes, its failures, and the sacrifices. She says the official line is that an ICE agent was in line with policy. Yet many are asking how that policy can be deemed reasonable or consistent when the life of a young man is taken. She reports a sliver of hope that public scrutiny can lead to change. That is what her family seeks, what the court seeks, what the policy designers need to lean into: accountability. The conversation ends as it starts, with a look for an answer. Rachel Reyes sits in a white studio. She says, "We're going to keep asking questions until the answer is honest and the policy is safe." She thinks about her son's favorite music, his dreams of traveling in a car she imagined, and the name Ruben Reyes on the front of the Blue Dame. She says that her voice is her only weapon, but it is a powerful one, a reminder that behind every number on a docket sheet is a human life. The sign-off is humble: thank you for listening to my mom's story about her son. Leave a thought in the comments, share this question with your communities, and let's keep speaking about accountability.